Good afternoon. You remember I was just mentioning it last week. Davis's brother took the stand. He couldn't really remember anything. Well, they took him aside and said, hey, listen, if you don't start remembering what you told police, what you told a grand jury, well, then we're going to get you for perjury. If that happens, you're looking at 15 years in prison. Well, remarkably today, he remembered. Kind of.
Garion Davis entered the courtroom and testified with his head down. Today, he would remember what last week he forgot as he testified in his brother's murder trial.
I went on the side of my house, watched his face, noticed he had a scratch on his face. He told me he had robbed somebody.
Leon Davis is accused in the murders of 27-year-old Yvonne Bustamante and 23-year-old Juanita Luciano and her premature baby, killed when they were both bound with duct tape, doused with gas, and set on fire. But again, as was the case last week, Garion Davis's memory as to what his brother told him about what he may have been involved in was hazy.
If a person don't remember, they don't remember.
And so, after a discussion, Judge Michael Hunter allowed Garion Davis's prior statements to a grand jury to be read into evidence.
So we go outside, and he told me that he had robbed somebody. Do you remember making that particular statement to the grand jury back on the 8th of January 2008?
No, sir.
That sounds like a bit of a contradiction there, but who's to say what he exactly remembers of that day that he spoke to the grand jury? But it's an illustration of a problem that they're having here today. Leon Davis's sister testified as well, and she was all attitude, basically. So they're having difficulty kind of bringing some of this testimony forward just because Leon Davis's family, obviously the last place they want to be is here, testifying in a murder trial involving their brother or their son. And speaking of sons, the mother is expected to testify later on this afternoon. We'll see what happens there. Live in Bartow, John Thomas, ABC Action News.